Hi, I'm Rob, and today I want to show you the Yefu 5-inch tabletop smokeless fire pit that I bought from Amazon. Here's a look at everything that comes in the box. First, we have a nylon carry case, and then we have a set of instructions, 2 telescoping skewers. We've got a heat shield. Here we have a lid, and this is going to require some assembly. There's an eye bolt and a nut that'll need to be inserted into this hole. Here we have a standoff. This is the insert for the fire pit. This is the smoke ring. Now this fire pit can burn wood or pellets, but it can also burn alcohol type fuels, and this is the alcohol cup. I want to install the eye bolt for the lid, but I noticed there was no hardware supplied with the kit, just the eye bolt and the nut. So I've added a couple of lock washers and 1 flat washer just to keep this thing from loosening up during service. I'm going to install 1 lock washer on the surface of the eye bolt on top of the lid, and then I'll use my flat washer, and then another lock washer, and then the supplied nut. And then I'll use a 9/32 socket to tighten this up. I actually want to try this out with alcohol before I try it with wood. So I'm not going to install the insert for the wood fuel just yet. We're going to set that aside. I'm going to grab the alcohol cup and drop that on top of the stove. You can see it just kind of sits down there on top. I've got a can of denatured alcohol fuel. So I'm just going to add some fuel to the alcohol tank, and I'm not going to exceed this max fill line that's stamped in the side. Now that that's full, I can drop on what they're calling the fuel shield, and then I'll bring in a lighter and light this. Now the flame is not visible in the camera, I don't think, but it is definitely going and producing some nice heat there. So now if I wanted to cook something or boil some water on here, I could just drop on this grate and we'd be good to go. I don't want to get my camera too close to this, but it has been burning for about 5 minutes or so now. I still don't think you can see the flame in the camera, but you should probably be able to see the discoloration on the cook ring. And if I bring this stick in, you can see the stick starts to catch fire. In order to put the flame out, I'm going to remove the cook ring, and then we'll grab the cover and drop that on. And now that should be out. If I wave my hand over here, there's no more flame coming out. I've leveled out my table a little bit better than it was, and I've filled up the alcohol tray. So let's put these back on, and then I'm going to boil up 4 cups of water and see how long it takes. The flame has been burning for a couple of minutes, so it's nice and even and nice and hot. I've got 4 cups of water in this kettle. We're going to put it on here and see how long it takes for it to boil. Okay, looks like a little bit less than 11 minutes or so, and we got a full boil. Now let's try burning some wood in the stove. For my main fuel, I've just taken a bunch of these pieces of oak firewood that I've got that are kind of cut short, and I've chopped them up into smaller pieces that will fit in the stove using my hatchet. For kindling, I've got some thinner pieces of the same oak firewood that's kind of chopped up and sort of stringy, so it should catch on fire easily. Normally, to start a fire like this, I would use dryer lint, but I happen to be out of it. So instead, I'm going to use these Sweet Fire Strikable fire starters. I can just strike this on the side of the box like a match and throw it in there and get everything going that way. I've dropped in the insert into the stove, and I've got that kind of seated down and centered. It does fit a little bit kind of tightly in there. So now I'm going to take some of my smaller kindling and drop it into the stove, sort of strategically placed so that it's leaning up against that center post. So now I'll get this fire starter lit, and we'll throw it in here and see if we can get this going. When this thing first starts getting going, it's not 100% smokeless, as you can see, but it is going pretty good now, so I'm going to start throwing some bigger chunks of wood in here. And before things get too out of control, I'm going to throw the smoke ring and grate back on. Now you may be able to tell in the camera that there's a little bit of smoke coming out of this thing, and that's normal while these things kind of start getting going. Once the flame gets hotter and everything gets up to temperature and that secondary burn starts to happen, the smoke will kind of go down more. But you can see just after a few minutes, we've already got a pretty good flame going, and this thing is throwing out some nice heat. In fact, it's time to throw a little bit more wood into this. So only after about 5, maybe 10 minutes at the most, we've got a good flame coming out of this thing and almost no smoke. And it's throwing out quite a bit of heat on this chilly day. Now the problem that we're gonna have this time is that with the kettle on the fire pit, it's impossible to get more wood into it. So I'm gonna have to take the kettle on and off to fill it up. So for right now, I've thrown as much wood as I can in there, and of course it's smoking right now. But once this thing catches, we'll see how long it burns and if it'll boil the water on one burn or if we've got to take the kettle off in order to get more fuel in. So I'll start the timer now. Now, depending on where the light breeze that's here is blowing the flame, the water is just at the cusp of a boil now. And it's about 5 minutes and 15 seconds or so. Okay, and right at about 6 minutes, 48 seconds, I think we've got a full rolling boil. We were able to get the full rolling boil at just under 7 minutes, and we've still got some flame and fuel to spare. I think it would have happened a lot sooner if I didn't have a little bit of a cross breeze here that was kind of blowing the flame away from the kettle and preventing it from heating uniformly. So on a calm day, I think this would go quicker. Now the downside here though is because the flame was kind of haphazard and smoky, the outside of my kettle is all black now. Whereas with the alcohol, that was a nice clean uniform burn and the kettle stayed cleaner. Here's what everything looks like all burned down and cooled off. You can see it's a pretty efficient burn with not a whole lot of ash left over. It's a little bit colder and breezier out today than it was in the last test where we burned the oak firewood. But I got a hold of some hardwood pellets and wanted to try these in the fire pit as well. I've got the fire pit filled almost to the top of the center post with the pellets. And once again, I'm going to use one of these starters. And I'm just going to kind of mush that down into the pellets and see if it'll start that way. Once everything evens out and all the pellets are kind of uniformly burning, I'm gonna bring in my 4 cups of water and do another boil test. But kind of like yesterday when we were trying it with the oak pieces, the breeze is probably gonna be a factor. More so today than it was yesterday because it's a little bit stronger. But we're gonna do it anyway just to see what happens. At this point, everything seems to be burning uniformly inside the stove. So I'm going to drop the kettle on top and we'll start the timer. It looks like about 14 minutes and 50 seconds today for a full rolling boil. And I think I just put the fire pit out by dumping water in it by accident. I got the fire pit relit and you can see that we've used maybe about half of the amount of pellets that I had originally put in there. But you can also see that the flame with the pellets is way more uniform than it was with the random pieces of firewood that I was using before. Even though we're getting a much more uniform burn with the pellets, I don't think the flame is quite as hot as it was with the oak firewood. And as I already mentioned, it's breezy and colder out here today, so I think that's why it took a lot longer to boil the water this time than it did with the firewood and the alcohol. So not necessarily a fair shake for the pellets on their ability to kind of heat up and boil water, but I think it does tell us that the atmospheric conditions do play quite a role with this stove. And if it's windy out, things are going to take longer. I think in the future, what I'll do is a more controlled boil and burn test when the weather is a little bit more cooperative. Now, one thing I'm curious about is whether or not this is going to smother if I add more pellets to it. Obviously, when this would start to burn low with the oak firewood, I could just put some more pieces in and it would take off. But I have a feeling if we dump these pellets in, it's going to kind of smother it a bit. So I don't think we can put a lot in at once. I think we kind of have to do sort of a controlled add throughout the time of this thing's burn. So obviously the flame went down quite a bit and we got just a little bit of smoke when I added some pellets with the cup here, but now the new pellets are starting to catch, the flame is starting to recover and everything's kind of getting back to where it was. So after my initial tryout here, I'd say I really like this little stove. Now I probably wouldn't cook on it unless I'm using the alcohol. The wood just seems a little bit too smoky and unpredictable to use, but you could in a pinch. Having said that, I think this is a great little stove to have for those backyard parties or maybe car camping. It's a little bit big and not collapsible, so I probably wouldn't take it backpacking, at least not on a long backpacking trip. If you want to learn more, I will of course leave an affiliate link in the video description. Thanks for watching.